Hey y'all, welcome to week 6. This week we're really going to dive into it talking about self-motivation, goal setting, and in order to do that effectively we really have to talk about what's very important to you. So we're going to focus on some core value building as well. So I would just like to start this introduction to week 6 with thank you. You guys did a great job on that start, stop, continue survey, and I just want to touch on a few little things that I learned in that right from the get-go here. The mind tap, I understand it was very frustrating at first for some of you, and I know it's kind of a paradigm shift to switch to an e-book rather than a print book, but there is an option for you to print the chapters, so it might cost a little bit of ink, but if you learn better that way, go ahead and print out the weekly readings. I know I am very much a picture-oriented person, and that picture doesn't translate from the web very well. So it's easier for me to read print as well. So that's what I would do if I were in your shoes. I'd print the book. But I know that not everybody learns that way, and so you can definitely do it obviously from the web as well. And the more you interact with the material, the more you're going to get out of it. And all of the assignments that I have required of you in terms of grading are linked directly from the weekly modules, and so you can tap right into it from there instead of going through the chapter assignments, and so you won't get confused on what is actually due or what's not due. Let's see. Also, some of you expressed that it was hard to follow what's due and when, and so I wanted to bring your attention to each module has what's called the wrap-up at the end of the module. So at the end of the lesson plan, at the very end, there's the wrap-up of what's due on Thursday and what's due on Sunday. I have one on there for each week. And so one strategy could be that you look at the introduction, you find out what's happening for the week, and then you go to the very bottom and find out what's due when, and then maybe you can manage that time a little bit easier and adjust how you want to handle the week. So that's one tip there. Great feedback on the community Q&A. Emily is doing a great job keeping up on those, and also want to encourage you that that's another great place to just connect with your classmates about other things rather than just my discussion prompts. If you have different tips, you have different questions about school that you are interested in learning, that would be a great place to open up your own discussions about in connection with each other. And then I also will continue to offer face-to-face or virtual appointment times to connect with me. I've been loving getting to meet some of you as you come into my office or schedule Google Hangouts with me, because virtual meeting is almost as good as face-to-face. And this is my first time teaching online, so this is the first time I have not gotten to meet my students and have my classroom, and it's really weird for me too. So I love meeting you, and so I will continue to offer the drop-ins. The 2 I've had so far, nobody has taken me up on it, but that doesn't mean it's not a valuable tool, so I will continue to offer those and send out invitations and or set up individual appointments with you all. Okay, so that's the stop, start, continue stuff. Again, really appreciate that feedback. So let's dive into this week's content. So you're going to see a ton of lessons on this week, and really the meat of it is going to be your chapter reading. So there are 2 chapters due this week, and those are going to be due on Sunday this week, just because I know it's a lot. And so along with the chapters, also the quizzes will be due on Sunday. And because of that, I flipped the core values assignment, which would typically be due on a Sunday, but that one is due on Thursday this week. And that's a download, fill out, upload to the assignment area, but then also you're going to be using that as your discussion prompt, which is your initial post due on Thursday night. So that lines up together. And then I'm asking you to do a little bit of a different reply to your classmates. Instead of just saying, oh, that's great, I'm so glad you're doing that, you're actually going to be asked to give a suggestion according to what their core value activities are. And so I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys come up with for each other. And you're going to be graded basically on coming up with an original idea, not just, oh yeah, that was great what she said, I'd do that. So maybe come up with something different. Okay, so that's the core values assignment in your chapter reading. You're also going to get to see the first 2 research projects that are involved this week on self-motivation and goals from Katerina and personality theory from Brooke. So the way they have chosen to present their material is not the end-all, do-all. That's just how they chose to do it. So you are, have total creative freedom when it comes to your own projects, but now that you're going to see a couple, you'll kind of at least have a baseline. Emily and I also were in the Dropout together this last week, and I recorded that. We ended up talking about the research project, so there might be a few ideas and gems in there that you can glean for your own research project as well. And let's see here. You guys are going to be taking the Myers-Briggs Personality Type Indicator this week. There's links online. There's an assignment that goes with it. It's due on Sunday. But this is something that I have just been certified in as somebody who can give it legally and all that. And I'm super excited to use this tool with you all in terms of how it can affect your success and your just, again, your self-motivation and goal setting and just what's out there for you and how to make it work for you. The last thing I want to highlight is that I've introduced this week your diversity movie review assignment. It's not due for a couple weeks, but I know it takes time to rent a movie and schedule a time to watch it and all of that with your guys' way busy schedules. So I wanted to give you enough of a heads up. There's a movie list of an approved movie list, but you can also suggest some ideas of a movie that you might like to either add to the list or get a pre-approval. But remember, it's got to be a pre-approval, not a post-effect, post-effect there. So make sure that it's either on the list or you have a heads up from me that it's okay before you watch it and do your write-up. So I will bring that back around again next week too, just to answer any questions. But anyways, that is kind of the highlight for week 6. If you have any questions, please email me. You guys have been doing a great job at keeping in touch with me, and I will be here for you if you need it.